know what's happening in our community? What events, people, and resources the City of Winchester have to offer? Hi, I'm Heloisa, and I invite you to learn more here at WinConnect. Welcome to WinConnect, your meeting point for talking, informing, and connecting with your community. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Bloom! This month, Sarah and I are bringing the party to the city with the latest celebrations and events. Bring it on, Sarah.
It's April. Spring has sprung. We're outside more. We're having celebrations. Apple Blossom's right around the corner. And most importantly, in April, it's National Volunteer Month. And we are so excited to recognize and honor some volunteers really near and dear to our hearts here at the city, our snowbusters. These are residents that come out and they help their neighbors, the elderly and the disabled who aren't able to shovel their own sidewalks. These folks come out on their own time and make sure it gets done.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. So at our last city council meeting, Mayor Veach was able to honor some of them for all of their hard work. Thank you so much to all of our snowbusters. And if you want to learn more, winchesterva.gov/snowbusters. Next up, we've got our strategic plan. Have you ever wondered how the city knows what to do next? It's a really important question. We actually work with City Council and they create a 5-year roadmap called a strategic plan. And it's just been refreshed in the city. So this is something that helps us determine where our investments are going to go, whether it's things like parks, pools, sidewalks, public safety, all of that. So the most important objectives in this current strategic plan are public safety, essential services, and connecting with our residents, and efficiency in government. If you want to learn more, you can always go to my favorite place, the city's website, www.winchesterva.gov/strategic plan. And finally, but certainly not least, we have another code zone. So if you've gone down Millwood Avenue, you've seen it. You've seen the barriers. You've seen the orange fencing. There's work happening.
Good stuff.
It's all infrastructure improvement. Yeah. It's the stuff that we talk about wanting to stay on top of to save us money in the long run. So that is happening along Millwood Avenue between the mall and Shenandoah, you know, that big stretch right when you come into the city.
Yep.
And most importantly, though, we're trying not to impact traffic too much. So we are going to be shifting lanes whenever possible instead of closing them outright. But it could still get a little jammed up. So have you met Crossover Boulevard? It's a brand new road. It goes right over 81. It still connects the city over to 522. Great alternative. Yeah. If you want to learn more, winchesterva.gov/Millwood Avenue. And that's what I've got for you guys.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And speaking of celebrations, it's Apple Blossom. If you want to learn more about this iconic festival, we'll have a special guest in today's Community Spotlight to talk about it. Don't miss it, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. In today's Community Spotlight, we are featuring a very special event. Every spring, Winchester holds a unique tradition called the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival. This annual event brings visitors and celebrities nationwide for a weekend of fun and excitement. If this is your first year celebrating Apple Blossom, don't you worry. Joining us today is Brad Veach, the Executive Director of the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival. Welcome, Brad.
Thanks for having me.
Woohoo, yes. So tell us a little bit about the Shenandoah Apple Blossom Festival. How did this beloved Winchester tradition begin?
So Apple Blossom began back in 1924. And it was a bit of a project for the Valley. And Winchester kind of stepped up and said that we would host it for the first time, and it never went away. So, you know, over the years, we missed several years during the World War. And we are in our 99th actual festival this year, with our 100th festival taking place in 2027. Obviously, the apple industry was very strong back in the 1920s, and things have changed to a certain degree. Some of the orchards are now not there, and there's houses, but the industry is still very strong in Winchester and Frederick County, and it's you're seeing that the growers are more diverse in how they're planting crops and doing different things. So that's kind of how the festival started, all the way back in 1924.
Can't believe it goes back like all that long. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. And tell us a little bit about your role as the executive director of the Apple Blossom Festival.
Sure. Well, I took this job in November before COVID. And so we didn't have a festival in 2020. So I had a whole year on the job to kind of just learn. And but my role as the executive director is basically just to make sure that things are in order, work closely with the city and the county and other government agencies. We work a lot with emergency management to make sure that folks are safe. We have over thousands of volunteers. And so we manage the different volunteers and the different events that they help to put on. Obviously, oversee, the financials and make sure that, things are getting paid. And so, as an executive director, you kind of wear a lot of different hats.
Gotcha.
And so, it's one of those things
Lots of
where,
moving parts.
yeah, every day is different.
Every day is different.
Yep.
It's a box of surprises.
That's right.
And what are some of the highlights of the festival this year? Because we always have like the Queen and then the firefighters and then the grand parade, some other things. So what are the highlights for this year?
So a lot of things will be on the traditional side, which Apple Blossom is known for its many traditions.
Yes.
We obviously will have our first weekend will be the Wine Fest down in Old Town. And we draw in 6,000 to 8,000 people on that Friday and Saturday.
That's a good turnout of people.
Yeah, and then we're bringing back the Artisan Show back into Old Town this year, which will be on the south end of the mall. And so folks who are downtown sampling those Virginia wines and those Virginia hard ciders can walk down the mall, shop at the local stores, but also hit the artisans. We have Fiesta Latina happening again this year, which has become a very popular event.
Every year, yeah.
That event just seems to grow and grow in popularity and participation, and it's really reflective of another part of our community, and
It brings the community together. Yeah.
And it's amazing. The first year that we went to it, we had people outside. Our facility was too small. We had people lined up around.
I remember that.
around the parking lot, and then we moved it out to the Sportsplex, which is a lot more accommodating.
Makes more sense. It's bigger, so it can accommodate everybody.
Yeah, and so a lot of tradition. We have a lot of different Latino cultures in here. Venezuelan and El Salvador. I mean, there's
Brazilians.
just Brazil. Yeah. So, it's nice to see all of those cultures blended together in celebration. And of course we got our parades, which take place the following weekend, the Grand Feature Parade, which is on Saturday, May the 2nd, and the Firefighters Parade on May the 1st.
Such a nice tradition.
It is. And then of course we got the fireworks right after that on Hanley's campus. And throughout the week we have all sorts of luncheons and dinners and concerts and dance parties, and lots of different things. But then we also, and this is one of the things I've been trying to focus in on, is reestablishing our relationship with the apple growers. And so we're creating, and we're going to continue to do some events that tie in the growers and showcase what they're doing, in the community. So there's lots of things that are happening. I mean, there's over 50 events in 10 days. So
50
it's
events in
very
10 days.
busy. Yes, very busy.
Everything that people can choose from, whatever they want. So that's great. And how do you feel, how has the festival changed within the past 2 years? Do you feel like, are there any trends that you've noticed?
So I think last year we were, challenged, as were many businesses, entertainment businesses in the area, with a slow economy. And so, we didn't see, ticket sales were down a little bit, but sponsorship has been amazing. The local businesses in the community really has stepped up to support the festival. A lot of things changed coming out of COVID with regards to, how you do business and just things in general. Just we learned a lot during COVID that has kind of continued. So, I won't say a lot has changed, but we definitely do different things. I will say that, with the whole emergency management piece this year, we're implementing a clear bag policy. And the clear bag policy basically is for many of our events, when you come, you've got to have a clear bag so that security can see inside.
It makes
the
sense.
University,
just like concerts, yes.
Yep, concerts, the Shenandoah University, even the Frederick County Public Schools, and I think even the city have implemented that for some of their sporting events.
We want to be safe.
We want to be safe. That's, we're not trying to be difficult. We're not making you go out and buy a plastic bag, but it is safety first. So, that's something that's been different. The carnival last year, we actually moved from the old Ward Plaza.
Yeah, on Valley.
Down Valley, yeah. And now we're at the Apple Blossom Mall again for our second year. And we implemented some policies there. We had some challenges with the younger generation, misbehaving. And so we had to implement some new rules, and it really cleaned things up. And it's a very family-friendly event now. It's at a great location. You got plenty of parking, plenty of lighting.
It keeps getting better every year.
It does, and we're actually growing it. We're growing it again this year. We're getting additional space at the mall to grow the carnival area.
No, I am super excited.
Yeah.
And all of this sounds like a lot of fun. And then beyond great social networking opportunities, how does the festival benefit Winchester residents?
So it's really a homecoming. We call it a homecoming because a lot of people who grew up here, moved away, come back for the festival.
Just for the festival.
Yeah, they come back and visit their family and friends. Certainly, it has a strong economic impact. Yeah. People are coming in, staying in hotels, dining in our restaurants, and buying swag and things like that, which is tax revenue, which is a positive thing. And again, I think it just brings the community together. And one of the focuses was, how do we create new events to make everybody feel like there's something here for them?
Yes.
And that's been really important. And we're going to continue to work on that.
Oh, I love it. Like at least once a year, I love it. It definitely brings the community together.
Certainly.
We feel it. And it does sound like a great opportunity also to give back to the community. So if I wanted, for example, to get involved, where can I learn more?
Sure. So Apple Blossom is a volunteer-based organization. And so we only can operate and survive with the support and volunteerism in the community. And we always are looking for volunteers to step up. And everybody has a special talent, and we try to put people where their strengths are.
Okay.
And so they can visit thebloom.com and click on our volunteer button, and you can register and sign up to volunteer. We do need help in a lot of different areas and events. So, if you're interested in helping out, definitely reach out to us at thebloom.com. And let us know, or send us an email at info@thebloom.com, and we'll get back to you. So yeah, it's a volunteer effort, and it takes thousands of people to make it happen.
I love it. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming to the show. It was
Thank
great
you.
having you here. If you'd like to experience this iconic event in the Shenandoah Valley, come to the Apple Blossom Festival from April 24th to May 3rd. Don't you miss it. We'll be right back. Well, guys, that's all for today. Thank you all for tuning in. Next month, we'll have Dan Abel, and he's the Rotary Club Project Coordinator, who will talk about the Healing Fields of Honor. Hope you all have a happy bloom, and see you all next time. Bye!